Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the NASCAR Air Jordan Cup Series Season 2. We are here for round 5 of the 13 race regular season. We are just about 8 races away from starting the playoffs after this race. Man, the standings are heating up fast. Some of these drivers are in a situation where they're going to have to win. Who knows what's going to happen? Now let's take a look at my drivers to watch, keep an eye on. We especially need to keep an eye on for that 48 of Alex Bowman. He's been so fast ever since the season started. Let's keep an eye out on that number 48. We have Kyle Larson in the 5, who was so close to winning last week, but unfortunately didn't have enough to make it. And so, we have some of these drivers who are having a lot of bad luck this season, like Toyotas. Toyota didn't even make it to the second round last week. So that was a huge letdown, but hopefully Toyota can get back up. As you guys notice right here, my camcorder will now be with slow-mo cam. Just because of how easier and more just because of how long it takes for me to make these videos. I just want to keep it short and sweet by now I'm using that as my slow-mo cam. If I only use footage for photo finishes. So, yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and get this race started, shall we? First race with my phone, guys. So, our first match will be BJ McLeod against Daniel Suarez. Alright, our first matchup, we have BJ McLeod against Daniel Suarez. We're about to get the 5th race of the season underway. The track has been updated. Now, there's going to be no 4-wide racing. There's just going to be a regular setup from race 1, and we're off. And yeah, Daniel Suarez spins out. BJ McLeod's gonna get the win.
So as you can see, coming down the hill, BJ McLeod had the lead, and then Daniel Suarez just got loose. McLeod went in and hit the wall, but he was able to cross the start-finish line first.
So, BJ McLeod, he will be heading to round 2. Our next match will be the Dillon brothers. And, oh! I think Austin Dillon might have had it right there.
This was a very close battle. You could see off the ramp, Dillon had the edge the whole entire time. It was close. He was able to keep that consistency right there, as you could see. Ty Dillon just didn't have enough. Austin Dillon had the momentum down the hill. This is from the slow-mo cam from my camcorder, and that was how close it was right there. Austin Dillon will be heading to the next round.
Alright, here's our next match between Kyle Busch and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Kyle Busch has been off to a struggling start. He's in a new paint scheme. Let's see if this can help him. And yes, it will. Kyle Busch is going to get the win. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. doesn't even make it to the start-finish line.
Coming down the hill, Stenhouse had a small lead, and then got loose, hit the wall. Kyle Busch was able to keep a smooth line, and he will move on to round 2.
Now we have Martin Truex Jr., who's off to a struggling start this season, and Eric Jones in the 43. Oh! Eric Jones hit the wall, and Truex wasn't able to have enough speed, so the caution's gonna come out.
So coming down here, hill, Eric Jones got loose, hit the wall. Truex didn't even have enough speed, and Jones, after hitting the wall, didn't have enough speed either, and that's what caused both of them to stall on the racetrack.
Man, already. And Eric Jones will get across the line. He was able to finish this race.
So here was the rerun. You can see Truex had the lead down the hill, a small lead down the track. Truex just didn't have enough speed, and Eric Jones got a little loose, but had the speed to keep the lead. So Jones will move on.
Next race, we have Tyler Reddick against Justin Haley. And no contest, Tyler Reddick is able to pull away with the win.
So you can see from the start, Haley just did not have a good start at all. Gets into Reddick, gets loose. Haley hits the camcorder. Reddick will keep going, cross the finish line. Reddick will move on to round 2.
Now, we have Harrison Burton against Bubba Wallace. Oh, Bubba Wallace barely makes it to the start-finish line. And so, as you guys can see, Bubba Wallace didn't make it past there, and Harrison Burton, bad luck for him.
So, 21 Harrison Burton, he just hit something, a piece of track or something that shoots him into Bubba Wallace in the wall. Harrison Burton got stuck on the camcorder, and Bubba Wallace was barely able to limp it across the finish line, and he will move on.
So far, both Kyle Busch and Bubba Wallace for Toyotas have advanced. Well, besides Truex. And Christopher Bell wins, and I don't know what happened to Ryan Blaney. He just spun out and hit the wall.
So Ryan Blaney got a little loose right there from the start, and then as soon as that car went on the racetrack, it just shot left. Christopher Bell was able to avoid the 12 in time, and Bell will move on.
Now it's Kevin Harvick against your race 3 winner, your round 3 winner, Michael McDowell. And Michael McDowell hits the wall. Kevin Harvick's gonna get the win.
So from the start, Michael McDowell just shot left. He must spun the tires, hits the wall, and Kevin Harvick was able to zoom past the start finish line, and will take the win. Kevin Harvick will move on as Michael McDowell hits the wall.
Now we have Brad Keselowski for RFK Racing, and Kurt Busch for 23XI Racing. And Brad Keselowski! He tries to spin out Kurt Busch, and he spins across the line backwards. Brad Keselowski spun out.
Here's what happened. So, as soon as Brad Keselowski reaches the end of the ramp, gets loose, turns left, gets into Kurt Busch, and then Kurt Busch was able to slide across the line backwards while Keselowski turns left, loses control into the wall. Kurt Busch will move on.
Now it's Austin Cindric against Cole Custer. Oh, and they both spin out! Well, because Cindric didn't, but he just didn't have enough speed. Now, Cole Custer just spun out and didn't make it to the start-finish line, so there's another caution flag.
I wonder what happened to Cindric. Oh, similar situation to what happened with Bubba Wallace and Harrison Burton. The two car hit a piece of racetrack that sent him into Cole Custer, and that's what caused Cole Custer to spin out and hit the camcorder.
Alright, here we go. Rematch. Green flag back out, and Austin Cindric, you can see right there, he's going to make it. Yes, he does. He limps it across the start-finish line. Cindric will move on.
So going down the hill, Cindric had the lead, and then Custer got loose. Cindric was trying to avoid the spinning 41, hit the wall while trying to do it, and he was able to limp it across the line while Cole Custer spins out. Cindric will move on.
And remember, only our slow-mo cam is needed if we ever have photo finishes. Now it's Denny Hamlin against Joey Logano. Denny Hamlin got eliminated in the last round. In the last race, round 1. Can he get redemption? He's going up against Joey Logano. Logano spins. Denny Hamlin's going to get the win.
Heading down the ramp, Denny Hamlin had the lead. Logano hits the wall and then causes him to lose control and slam into the other side of the other wall. So Denny Hamlin is able to keep control and is able to move on.
Now it's Ross Chastain against Corey LaJoie. Oh, they both hit the wall. Caution is out. We're going to do this again.
So what happened here? So you see Corey LaJoie turns right, and I think both of them just got loose, and then both of them just lost traction or something, and they both hit the wall, and Chastain hit the camcorder.
Alright, here's our rematch. Oh! Ross Chastain had the lead down the hill, spins out, Corey LaJoie gets the win.
Man, tough break for Ross Chastain. He had the lead, and then as soon as he reaches the end of the ramp, the car just wheel hopped, and Corey LaJoie hit the wall just a little bit, but he was able to limp it across the line. Corey LaJoie trying to make an upset. Corey LaJoie will move on.
Now we have William Byron against Chris Buescher. Oh! Chris Buescher had the speed. He hit the slow-mo camera, but William Byron is going to steal it.
Tough break for Chris Buescher. Let me take a look what happened. So you can see both drivers separate from each other. Byron hit the wall, Chris Buescher hit the wall, and then that camcorder stops Chris Buescher from making it to the start-finish line. That leaves William Byron with clear racetrack, and so William Byron will move on.
Now we got Todd Gillen, who's been very impressive, still above the playoff cut line, heading into this race. And it's very easy to tell, but that was a very good race, but Todd Gillen's going to get the win.
This was even closer than the Dillon brothers going at it earlier in this round. You could see Todd Gillen barely was able to have the edge over Chase Briscoe. Unfortunately, I was not able to get the footage for this one, for the slow-mo cam, but that was extremely close. But Todd Gillen is able to hang on, and he's pulling off one of the best upsets I've seen.
Ooh, here's a good race. We got Hendrick Motorsports teammates Kyle Larson versus Chase Elliott. And it turns out Chase Elliott's going to have the speed. Chase Elliott will move on to the next round.
So if the Hendrick Motorsports teammates going at it, Chase Elliott and Larson going down the ramp, Chase Elliott had the better speed than the 5. So as you can see, that was just as the same, that was just as almost close as the Ty Dillon and Austin Dillon race we had earlier. Just about the same. So here's this from my camcorder, so you guys can see Chase Elliott by almost a car length, gets ahead of the 5 of Kyle Larson. So Chase Elliott in the 9 will make it to the next round.
Oh, here's a good race right here. We got Alex Bowman versus Eric Almirola. Alex Bowman, can he still make it to the championship 4? He hasn't been eliminated in round 1 once this season. Can he still remain undefeated in round 1? Oh, that was close. We're going to have to take a look at the replay and see what happened there.
Man, this is honestly one of the closest races we've seen. We've seen Eric Almirola go down the hill, and then that was how close it was. If Eric Almirola would have held his line and wouldn't have hit the wall, then Eric Almirola could have won this race, or it could have even been a dead tie. Man, this just shows you how close this race was. I feel like when you race with Alex Bowman in this series, that's how close. It will be a very close race. So you can see from my camcorder, bam! That is how close this was. Wow. By just less than a half a car length, Alex Bowman will beat Eric Almirola. Man, so close. But Alex Bowman will move on to the next round.
Well, round 1 is over. Wow, we had some great matchups. A few good finishes here and there, but yeah, this is our second round. This is our second round, folks. Our first matchup for the second round will be BJ McLeod against Austin Dillon. Alright, and we're underway from round 2. That was too easy. Austin Dillon's gonna get the win.
So with no contest, Austin Dillon beats BJ McLeod. You can see Austin Dillon had the better launch, had the speed, to be able to pull away from the 78. Austin Dillon and Richard Childress number 3 will move on to the quarterfinals.
Oh gosh, I didn't get camera focus. Up next, we have Kyle Busch. Can he make it past round 2 for the first time this season? And we have Eric Jones. Kyle Busch hits the wall. Eric Jones gets the win.
I had the feeling this would have been close if Kyle Busch wouldn't have hit the wall. So you can see the I-18 hits the wall, gets stuck on the camcorder. That allowed Eric Jones to go ahead and win this race. He will move on to the quarterfinals.
Now we have Tyler Reddick against Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace will get the win with the breeze.
So let's take a look what happened. You can see Tyler Reddick gets a little bit loose on the ramp. As you can see right there, he tries to go back up and try and side drop Bubba, but Bubba was just too fast. Bubba Wallace will move on to the quarterfinals.
And like I said, if we ever need photo finishes, we'll take extra proof. We need to look at the slow-mo cam. Oh! Okay, that was a close one. It could be either Kevin Harvick or your race 1 winner, Christopher Bell.
Man, this was another close finish. You can see Harvick goes left and then hits the wall, shoots back up the racetrack, had some speed, but was just too late. Christopher Bell was able to edge of Kevin Harvick by about half a car length. So as you guys can see, I was able to get the footage from the camcorder. So let's see what it has to offer. So the cars are just now coming down the ramp. And right there. That was how close it was, folks, by about half a car length. Half a car length over Kevin Harvick. Man, that was close. So Christopher Bell, he is able to move on to the next round, to the quarterfinals.
Now we have Austin Cindric against Kurt Busch. And no contest, Kurt Busch will get the win.
No contest indeed for Kurt Busch. You can see Kurt just held his line and Cindric got loose, slams into the wall, and Kurt Busch for 23XI Racing will move on to the quarterfinals.
Now we got Denny Hamlin against Corey LaJoie. Oh! Did Denny Hamlin make it? Did Denny make it? Yes, he does. This back wheel is about to make it. His back wheel, you can see there. He is able to make it. Denny Hamlin will move on to the next round.
So right here, as you guys can see, both got loose at the exact same time as they get off the ramp. Denny Hamlin had this momentum to carry him farther, and just enough to make him across the start-finish line and not throw a caution. So Denny Hamlin will be in the quarterfinals.
Now we have Todd Gilliland against Willie B. And Todd Gilliland will make it to the quarterfinals. Todd Gilliland, I have a feeling both front row cars will make the playoffs.
And Todd Gilliland making the most of his rookie season right now. So as you can see, Todd Gilliland was able to held his line. When William Byron came up the track, Todd Gilliland turned a little bit to the left, but it wasn't enough to ruin his day. Todd Gilliland doing super good right now.
Can Alex Bowman still continue his dominance? Yeah, Alex Bowman did it.
Man, Alex Bowman continuing to dominate this season. So you see Chase Elliott got a little bit loose, then overcorrects it just a little bit, but that doesn't matter. Bowman will move on.
Alright everyone, here is your quarterfinal matchups. It's going to be very interesting to see who makes it to the semis. Up first, we have Austin Dillon against Derek Jones. Here we go. This is the race to determine who will make it to the final four. Clean race, but in the end, Eric Jones will get the win.
Perfect clean race by these two drivers. Eric Jones just had the better launch than Austin Dillon, and he was able to keep it straight, and that was how close, by about 3/4 of a car length. By almost like a full car length, Jones will be able to move on to the next round, or the semis.
Now we have two very fast Toyotas. Oh! Bell door slams Bubba Wallace. I think Christopher Bell barely got it right there.
Man, Christopher Bell with his aggressiveness gets loose, gets back up the racetrack, and just absolutely body slams Bubba Wallace. Man, Bell just wants to make sure he wants to make it to the semis to have a shot at the win. So Bella will not make it, but Bell will. Bell will advance to the semis.
Will the boss beat the driver, or will the driver beat the boss? And Denny Hamlin slams into the wall. Kurt Busch gets the win.
So the driver will beat the boss. Kurt Busch had a better line. Denny hit the wall hard. So that unfortunately ended his day. Denny Hamlin will get 5 points, but Kurt Busch, he has a chance to get his first win of the season.
Oh, now we got Alex Bowman. Can the rookie beat possibly the championship favorite? No! By barely, Alex Bowman will barely edge out Todd Gilliland.
Man, Todd Gilliland not making it easy for Bowman right here. Coming to the start-finish line. Boy, by half a car length, Alex Bowman barely gets Todd Gilliland. Man, Todd Gilliland had everything right. It's just the speed wasn't there for Todd Gilliland. All that Todd needed was just a little bit more speed, and he would have made it easily. So, yeah, so here it is. Boom, by half a car length over Todd Gilliland. Man, what a finish right there. So, Alex Bowman will have a chance to get his third win of the season.
Alright, everyone, this is it. The semi-final matchup. We have Eric Jones and Christopher Bell, or Kurt Busch and Alex Bowman. Three of the drivers here have won at least once something this year. Kurt Busch has won my test race before the actual season began. Alex Bowman won 2 races already this season. Can he make it back to back? Christopher Bell already won once this season. He won race number 1. Race 1, and Eric Jones hasn't had enough luck. He has a chance of making it his first championship appearance, or his first final round appearance. Alright, will Eric Jones get lucky? Yes, he does! Eric Jones will make it to the final round.
Eric Jones now has a chance of getting locked into the playoffs. You can see Eric Jones had the better launch than Christopher Bell, and there it is, guys. That was how close Jones was. Almost a full car length over Christopher Bell. So, Eric Jones will have a chance to get his first NASCAR Air Jordan Cup Series career win. He will move on to the final round, his first final round appearance of the season.
Now we have either Kurt Busch or Alex Bowman. It's gonna go to Alex Bowman, making it his fourth final race appearance this season.
So Alex Bowman will have a chance to get his third win of the season, and he beats out a hard-charging Kurt Busch. Kurt Busch drives it in towards Alex Bowman right there, and it just was not enough. Alex Bowman will go against Eric Jones in the final round.
Alex Bowman trying to look for his third win of the season. Eric Jones only looking for his first win of the season. This is going to be a very interesting ending to this race. Will Alex Bowman still remain undefeated? Or will Eric Jones pull off an upset? Eric Jones, I'm not sure he came above or below the cut line heading into this race. If he wins this race, it would be huge for him. He would be locked into the playoffs. Your winner is Alex Bowman, with the speed of that number 48 car, gets his third win of the season.
So there you have it. Alex Bowman's going to get his third win of the season. Did everything right from this round. And there it is, guys. He clears Eric Jones by a car length. Did everything right today. Alex Bowman gets his third win. Man, he's been fast.
Alex Bowman is basically dominating this season so far. This is just his third win of the season, his third career win. Man, unbelievable what this kid has been doing this season. He's made 4 championship appearances this season, 4 final round appearances this season. 3 of the 4 he's won. So, Alex Bowman, maybe I was right. He is probably the championship favorite, so heck, I think Alex Bowman, with this speed and this same track format, he's probably going to win again next week as well if he keeps this up. We're probably go into 4 wide action next week, so it's going to be a very fun race next week, folks. I can't wait. It's going to be exciting. Congratulations to Alex Bowman, third win of the season. He is currently undefeated right now. Well, gets his third win. We still have no new winners. Wow, unbelievable race. Congratulations to Alex Bowman. You clearly earned it.